2-0. Braves have the lead over the Padres. We get ready for the second inning. Well, certainly an exciting time right now for the San Diego Padres with the draft coming up tomorrow. We'll take a look at the MLB draft order, top 10 picks. You get the San Diego Padres 8th. That'll be tomorrow. They also get 24th, 25th, 48th, 71st, 85, all in the top 100. Mark Connor, the Padres scouting director, joins us. And Mark, great to see you. Thanks for coming up.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks, Mark.
Yes, certainly an exciting time. Certainly for you, a lot of work goes into getting ready for tomorrow, and I guess it's got to be somewhat stressful, somewhat exciting at the same time.
It's very exciting. I mean, this is what all of our scouts work all year for. I mean, it's a year-round process that our guys go out, watch the players, dig on them, get to know them, and this is kind of like the culmination. It's kind of Christmas for our scouts.
Mark, I think a lot of people want to know how that war room is comprised. How many people in there, and how many discussions? Is it constant discussions, or are you looking how the draft evolves?
You know, basically we got into the war room about a week ago, and we have about 20 guys in there that are pretty constant. Have the area scouts come in, present their players, have dialogue about those players nonstop from that point on. I mean, we've been talking in there basically 10 o'clock in the morning till midnight, and just keep going over and trying to make sure we know them.
All right, I know this gets asked all the time, but is there a philosophy perhaps on behalf of yourself and the Padres? I mean, is there a philosophy to go to older players, younger players, guys from high school? It's just best available.
Best available, really. I mean, I think we look at each player differently. I mean, there's some players in college that still have a lot of projection. There's some players in high school that don't have much projection. So we're really just taking all the factors into account and making the best player available selection.
You know, the thing that interests me too, and obviously you have projectable talent. You go out there and see tools and how they're graded, especially with the scouts. But how about makeup? What comes into that, and how much do you really put an emphasis on that, and how do you try to go out and find that makeup guy?
You know, makeup it's a huge separator in our opinion and the philosophy that we use. I mean, you can go to a game and it's very easy to pick out the talented players on the field. You can see the talent, the skills shine, but it's what internally these players have, that their passion, their drive, their ability to handle some failure, because it's a long road to get to the big leagues and sustain a career in the big leagues. Our scouts go out there, they get to know them at a young age. We try to work years in advance getting to know these kids, getting to know their families. They go in the house, meet with them. We have some scout teams that they come play on to get around them a little bit better. But honestly, it is probably the most important thing to us in the piecing it all together.
How is this draft class? Is it a pretty good draft class to pick from?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of depth in the draft class. I mean, I think a lot of people are saying the high-end talent isn't necessarily, you're not getting your Bryce Harper in this draft. But I do think, like, as the draft unfolds, there's going to be a lot of big leaguers that come from it.
I think so many people talk about the first round and obviously the second and third picks, but how about the middle of the draft? Are you looking for a depth with that, and what do you think about the draft in those type of rounds?
You know, we feel that we can find that there's a big leaguer in every round, and our process is, you know, trying to find that guy that has some type of separator, whether it's tools, skill, makeup, you know, performance, like what their intangibles are that they bring to the table in the different rounds. I mean, we're looking every round from 1 to 40. We're trying to find a big leaguer.
This is your second draft with the Padres, is that true?
The second in this position, yes. 7th overall.
Now you come into this situation tomorrow, and so exciting. I think it is the coolest thing. I mean, the draft is so much fun, and certainly fantasy leagues and everything else now do it for fun. But for you guys, this is real business, and it is huge day tomorrow. Tomorrow is kind of your Super Bowl. Your World Series is going on tomorrow. It's got to be exciting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I said, I mean, our guys work year-round for this day, and they have belief in these players. They get to know them on a personal level. They get to scout them constantly. And to be able to pick some players that we want to bring into the system that we're excited about, it's a great day. I mean, it's what we all live for. It's why we work as hard as we do.
Well, you think about the work. Tell us a little bit about the staff and how proud you are of them, because it's a lot of hours, and as you said, a great point, it's full year. It's not just a time frame. It's a full year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't commend our staff enough. Like, I mean, we have a lot of new guys on our amateur scouting, in the amateur scouting department. The area scouts are basically, they start the process, and they're out there digging, trying to find guys. You know, with all the events that are out there these days, it's very easy to see the top players. Our guys have dug really deep, found us some really good hidden gems that I think that are going to come out through the draft. You know, hopefully we can get them in good spots and get them in the organization. But our guys work tirelessly, and they put in this position to make good selections come tomorrow.
You mentioned character really comes into this play pretty largely now too. That's all different. I mean, certainly over the last few years it's changed quite a bit. You're worried about what type of person you're bringing into the organization as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not only do you want to infuse talent, but you want to infuse leaders. You want to infuse guys that are able to impact the organization in multiple ways. And I mean, I do think like it's a kind of that fine balance, because there are guys that are talented that do have some red flags with them, and it's just making sure you balance the on-field, off the field when you make those selections.
Obviously, Mark, there's a hotbed everywhere, and there's gems everywhere throughout the country. How about Southern California and the talent that's around this area?
Yeah, people have asked me that before, but just with the proximity, like I'll say the talent kind of varies.
Connor, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Get some sleep.
Mark Connor, 2-0 Braves on top at the end of inning and a half from Petco Park.